creatures of the night? It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. So last week episode was the last of the episodes from when they had the Texas residency in Arlington. We had, I want to say, about 2 months of Ring of Honor episodes. We had the pay-per-view there as well. And I thought it was great. Not only did I go to all those shows, but I was interested in seeing, like, what would something like this do for Ring of Honor. And I have to say, after watching tonight's episode, I think they need to do this again. Now, I'm not trying to say, trying to be greedy and be like, AEW, come back to Texas. If y'all do, just know that y'all got my money and I'll be there. But I feel like after watching tonight's episode, which wasn't horrible, but you can tell the difference between what we have gotten these last 2 months in comparison to today's episode. I really do feel like with the residency, it could literally be anywhere. They could literally go anywhere and stay there for a couple of shows to have, these tape matches, and it would be better in terms of tonight's episode was an hour and 10 minutes. We're back to the hour shows again. And most of them were on the squash side. And I'm just kind of looking at this and I'm just like, well, what happened? Why are we getting back to this again? There were some promos that I did enjoy. And I was just like, okay, I see we doing all right with that. But in terms of, in comparison to what we've been having for the past 2 months, you can feel the difference. And I'm worried. I'm worried in terms of where this may go. I do feel like as they are traveling from place to place, they should be, looking for venues where they can spend a day or a weekend just taping things so that, they don't have to rush. Like, they're literally filming these things after Collision or after Dynamite, and they're rushing because people, they want to go the fuck home after sitting through Dynamite and then having to sit through a Rampage taping after that too. So now you're just like, damn, we got to scramble and give them something. We want it to seem like we have a really big crowd after, Dynamite and Rampage or Collision. So we're filming all these matches in front of the crowd. Now, while that's happening, the crowd, they do have fatigue. Not me. I would never have fatigue. I will watch y'all fold up the ring, but you can't expect everyone to feel the same way too. So now when you over there for 3-4 hours, you kind of just like, well, you know what? I gotta go home. I gotta put the kids to bed for school tomorrow. And I understand that. So now, if as they're going along, they can have a Saturday, Sunday, or whatever day to be able to film Ring of Honor episodes in advance, like how they were doing when they had the residency here in Texas, that is the best case scenario. I feel like they done their best with Ring of Honor when they did that. And not just the Texas residency. When they started Ring of Honor, they had a residency in Orlando, and that was some of their best episodes as well. And I feel like they need to go back to that. They really do. And I think that's going to make a world of a difference. As someone who actually went to these shows and seeing how they turned out in terms of putting them on TV, they came out so good. They've been on a fucking roll with it. And then here we are with this episode, and you just feel the difference. And this is not a shot towards any of the wrestlers. They come out there and they do their job, and I think they do a great job at what they do in terms of trying to entertain them. But when you're being booked to go out there and have 2-second matches, and not really be able to showcase what it is that you have, it's not their fault. This is how they're being booked. And honestly, I'm not a fan of things like that. I'm not a quickie girl. I don't like that. I'm not cool with it. We've been having 2 hours. Sometimes they even went a little over 2 hours for the past 2 months that we've had these episodes from Texas, and people are feeling like, oh, this is a show. You know what I mean? Not take an hour out of your time to come watch Rampage 2.0. I was not feeling that. I wasn't feeling it. Wasn't bad, but not the same as what we've been getting. And I do feel like long term, I think Tony Khan should definitely consider having days where they could just tape things a full day, like how they've done before, where they just take. So what they do with the tapings is they have 2 tapings a day. They have a one early in the afternoon and one a little bit later in the evening. You come to whatever one you want to come to, and they just tape shit. They tape shit and tape it and tape it, tape it, and then they, stretch them out into whatever amount of weeks and put them on TV. And the shows come out better this way. You don't have the motherfucking rush. You're here all day. Y'all have better matches when you don't have to rush about, thinking that people are going to want to leave or whatever the situation is. And I think they have to go back to that, because this right here, I don't see it working out in the long run. If all they're going to keep doing is just filming after the live shows, not long term. I don't think this is going to work out in terms of people enjoying the show. For the results of the show, we start off with a Proving Grounds match for the TV title, the women's TV title. So our girl Red Velvet is in the ring with Allison Kay. Allison, that's my girl. She is so great. I do appreciate her in the ring. With a Proving Grounds match, you guys know, you got to last 10 minutes or have pin or have the champion submit for you to go for a title shot at a later date. I thought this was a great match. Red Velvet, I feel like she needs to step up with the aggressiveness in the ring, because I feel, not be a heel, but to be a champion, you gotta be a little bit aggressive. You want people to know, like, you're a champion for a reason, and it's not gonna be easy taking that title off of you. So I feel like she need to play that up a little bit. She ends up retaining, so Allison doesn't get an opportunity to get her hands on the title. Now, after this, we do have the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona, Bishop Khan. Lord have mercy, Bishop Khan, give me a call. They went, oh damn, I forgot their names. But they were at the show, one of the Texas shows. I remember them because that little guy that had the tie-dye shirt, whatever. This was quick, too quick for me, and I get it. Gates of Agony, they're supposed to come out there and kill you and leave. And I get it, but it's just like, okay, they're really great. When they had the 6-man tag titles, they've improved. They absolutely improved as a team. Like, if y'all watched them from the very beginning when they threw these 2 guys together, they've improved. The chemistry is really, really great. And I just feel like we can't see that in 2-minute matches. Gates of Agony wins, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? It's great to see y'all. Y'all so cute. But there got to be more than just being cute. After this, it did show a video showing the history between our boys, Nigel and Danielson, which obviously fit the whole Ring of Honor thing. If you have a Ring of Honor subscription, they do have the whole fucking timeline of Danielson and Nigel. And holy shit, I don't know if I even have, well, you know what? I always have time for wrestling. I can sit down and watch the whole damn thing. So they're pretty much showing that, and if anybody is looking to watch that, there's that. They have everything in order for you to watch. I did start watching. I think it's like 12 plus hours, some shit like that. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through, but I think it's worth it for anybody who does not know the history between Danielson and McGuinness. And if you know, I think it's a good watch anyway. After this, they kind of waste our time with Preston Vance versus Brandon Cutler. Brandon Cutler, he's still employed because his friends are over there, the EVPs. Every once in a while, they just want you to remember that Brandon Cutler has some type of training to be in the ring, so they put him in a match. I get it. Brandon Cutler, the comedy relief or whatever, but he can do something, and it's just like, I would have preferred, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe seeing him a little bit more on the serious side and looking like competition. Like, yeah, he's a stooge or whatever, but imagine a stooge that can actually go. That's cool to see every once in a while, I guess. And Preston, I feel like they're trying to do something with him. Preston, if you need a manager, give me a call. And I just feel like I don't know what it is. Why did they take him out? Wait, not him. Why did they not continue this thing with LFI, with Roosh and Dralistico? Where the fuck is Dralistico? Where are they? I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but they were a group, and I actually liked them, and I thought, oh, Preston, you kind of getting in there with Roosh and Dralistico, and all of a sudden they stopped with it. I don't know. This was okay. Preston has a lot of potential to me. This is just, how we made you laugh type of situation. You see Preston more in the serious side, which I feel like he should be. And like I said, the potential is there with Preston. We don't have hopes for you, Brandon. And what direction they're going with it, I have no clue. I'm kind of feeling a little bit worried on him. He ends up taking the win with a discus lariat. And that's a move that I don't know if that's always been his finisher, but I've seen him use that as a finisher a lot. We need to do something. We need to do something with him. I think that there are certain people that they need to be focusing on a little bit more. Preston, I would give a chance to, in terms of maybe looking for a TV title. Kind of like how they were getting ready Ethan Page earlier this year. If they can take a chance on a few people like that to push them on to at least getting title opportunities, that would be great. Preston is definitely one of those people that can go for that. But let's see. After this, the Outrunners, they're obviously upset. They cut a promo on the Iron Savages that attacked them, that heinous attack on our boys last week. Erica Lee was just standing there watching them get attacked. She couldn't do anything. She's not Marina Shafir or anybody. And she had to wait for the infantry to come out to help the Outrunners from that attack. Now, Outrunners, they're the youngest tag team alive. They don't deserve any of that type of treatment. And they want to get their hands on the Iron Savages at some time, but we don't know when that's going to happen. After this, we have KM. Our boy KM is back versus John Silver. You look at these two, and there's a huge size difference in every aspect, which is okay. This is weird, y'all. This is just so weird. And I've been saying this for months. Man, I could probably look back up videos from last year with me saying this. Dark Order, whether if they trios, tag, individuals, they are 1 week babyface, next week heels. And I just don't understand it. It is so inconsistent that it's consistent of them being flip-floppy. It's so weird. And I'm just like, holy shit, would y'all just stick to whatever it is that y'all doing? A few weeks ago when they were heels, when all the heels got together, it was attacking the baby faces, the Von Erichs, Sammy, and Dusty's son, I forgot his name, and them. All that was really, really cool. When you just like all the heels on band together and was just like, we ain't taking this foolishness no more. And that was literally just like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And now the crowd is just loving all over John Silver and everything. And I was just like, but he's the bad guy. What are we doing here? It was really weird how this is happening every fucking other week. John Silver ends up taking the win. But KM, I see you getting some TV time here and there. I think that's pretty cool. But I would just like to see them be consistent with Dark Order. I'm fucking over it. I'm over it. Up next, we have Mark Sterling. He's back there with Josh Woods. Lord have mercy, Josh Woods. Lord. Basically cutting a promo. Saying that Josh Woods he has an amateur wrestling record, and that there's so much more to come when it comes to Josh Woods. And I'm just like, okay, well, what does all that mean? Let me just say this. Months ago, when Shibata was holding the Pure title, was when they were actually building our boy Josh to be what I thought was to be a Pure champion. He had one of the best matches that I have seen of last year with Shibata. The Pure Rules match where, oh my god, it was just like, holy shit, like it was a sexual experience, y'all. And for me, I thought they were pushing Josh Woods to the right direction to possibly get the Pure title, if not off Shibata, off the next person, which ended up being Wheeler Yuta anyway. And they didn't. They started it and they just abandoned ship for whatever reason. I have no clue. So now I'm just like, oh, well, I hear y'all, but let me see something, because y'all did this last time and it went nowhere. So we'll see what they end up doing with Josh Woods. After this, we have our girl Maggie Lee. She's been here and there versus Rachel Ellering. Whatever she does, it's just not winning me over. Rachel, I know there's a couple of people out there that's fans of yours, but it's just, she needs something, and it is just not there for me. She ended up taking the win. There's really nothing to talk about, to be honest. She needs something. The personality department is lacking big time on screen. We do have a really cool video of JD Drake and Anthony Henry. They're showing them as a tag team. They're an awesome tag team, by the way. JD had got injured. He injured his knee on the match on Collision a couple of months ago, and since then, I think he had surgery. Did he have surgery? Well, he gave an update, and I believe it was surgery. And since then, he's been out. They have Anthony Henry cousin, not blood cousin, but cousin by marriage, Beef, has been tagging with him for about a month or two-ish or whatnot. And y'all seen him on Rampage last week and maybe the week before. He's in a little TV time. This video was done so well. I like how they really put this on together. I was just like, oh, okay, y'all got the AEW team coming over here and putting these Ring of Honor videos together. It was great. I thought they was actually going to say an update about JD coming back, but it didn't seem that don't seem to be the case. It looked more like we're going to see more of Anthony Henry and Beef, and that is against the will of Anthony Henry. Up next, we have Serpentico and Angelico teaming up to go against the Infantry. Well, it was all right. Something's missing with the tag division. We gonna work on it, right, Tony Khan? We're gonna work on it. Infantry, surprise, took the win to me because they ended up taking the win, and to me it was a surprise because Serpentico and Angelico been just winning every little thing for a while now. So I thought they was gonna win, and they didn't. While I do enjoy both of these teams, I just feel like we're in a loop where it's just like we're back to the same teams going against each other, and honestly, I'm fucking over it. And they're both babyface teams, so they end up shaking hand, adhering to the code of honor, whoop-de-doo, and whatever. And after this, we do have Kit Sackett versus Anthony Ogogo. And I was saying, where the hell is Anthony? And I didn't know this, but his wife had gave birth, so he had stayed in the UK after All In, and that's where he's been. So I can understand. This was over like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes with a knockout. The ref ended up going for the bell because homie wasn't going to get up. And Anthony Ogogo later on ends up cutting a promo. He wants gold. So pure title, I don't know about the pure title. I don't think he fits in that division. But the TV title is definitely something he can go for. Whatever the situation is, STP, we were supposed to be seeing bigger things from that whole group, and I don't know. I mean, Lee Moriarty did take the pure title, so the prayers came through on that. But Shane Taylor, who has been cleared the past like 2 weeks, shortly after he was injured, he did say he was going to go after Mark Briscoe, and nothing has come of that as of yet. So we'll see what ends up happening with SCP. So far, I'm bored. After this, we do have Brian Cage versus Rushman. He's the one that has the belt that says Glacier on it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Squash. I love Brian. It's not really worth it, to be honest with you. Brian ended up taking the win. We end up, for our main event, tag team titles on the line. What was it on the line? Well, whatever situation is, Sammy and Dustin, unfortunately, we had to see them teaming up, going against Eva Uno and Alex Reynolds. And this is so funny because earlier that night, they're all cheering for Silver, and then this time they're booing Silver and them, who are being complete heels. And that's what I'm saying, like, the heel turn on one motherfucking show, like, this is wild. I don't know what we're going to do with the Dark Order. I'm over it. I don't know what it is. Lately, I'm just having, my tolerance for baby faces have definitely gone down, and I'm just bored. Sammy, so this was over less than 10 minutes, and to be completely honest, when it comes to main events, I feel like they should go up to fucking 15 minutes, even longer. And this was just a little too quick for me. This wasn't even a Proving Grounds match, and they could have gone the distance when it came to this. Sammy and Dustin, they're tag champions, but I feel like they should be proving why they are tag champions at the same time, because I feel like, just because y'all Texas boys don't mean that y'all should be a team. They end up winning the match, and honestly, I was just in the kitchen cooking, looking at this shit, and I was just like, well, this could have been better. We do have on Saturday on Collision, Sammy and Dustin teaming up to go against our boys, the Undisputed Kingdom. The Kingdom, Lord have mercy. the title in a Bunkhouse Rules match. So I'm guessing that's going to be the main event. I didn't see the whole card for Collision, so I'm not 100% sure. And then while that's happening, it almost kind of seems like, I don't know. I feel like even with that match happening on Saturday, I don't feel like they're gonna lose some titles. To be for real, for real. Commentary throughout this match is really putting up Dustin and Sammy. Dustin, they showed this video package with Dustin talking about his daddy for like, I don't know how long. Man, when they go into this whole Rose family tree thing, it just really, I mean, I love Dusty. I know all of us love Dusty. We remember you, Dusty. We love you, Dusty. But Dustin, Cody, Kim, is there a reason why y'all should go over it without talking about your dad? I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I just feel like they really seem to be putting over these guys really strongly on commentary, and it kind of makes me feel like these titles ain't going nowhere at all. Now, the show, I mean, if you got an hour to kill, go ahead and watch it. But honestly, they need to go back to the residency thing. It doesn't have to be Texas, but please be Texas, please. But if they keep going from city to city, dedicating a day or two of just tapings, the company is going to benefit long run with Ring of Honor. They'll have better quality shows. The quality of this show don't compare to what's been happening the past 2 months, and we need to get it together, girl. Tony Khan, please, give me a call. You know, I don't mind a check. Give me a call. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with a review on Rampage. See you guys then. Bye.